Hi friends, welcome back to Frosty Eye Candy. So I'm going to jump straight in and show you the dried results. I haven't had a chance to resin it yet, but here are the dried results of the Jellybean bloom. I mean, look at those pigments just flashing there in the background. We've got Twinkle there doing the blue to violet fade, and then we've got the beautiful golden peach in the background here. It's giving us that lovely dusty kind of pinky color, but then flashing as gold. So how did I get to this? I've already given you two of the ingredients, but here's the color list I'm going to go through with you, okay? First one is, as I've mentioned, it's the golden peach. And as you can see, I'm almost out. Thankfully, I have one more still left in my little stash of piggies. Next, we're going to be using the quinacridone violet by Golden. Here we go. It's the heavy body acrylic, and it is transparent from the little square that is open there. The next color, we're going to use another tube. We're using ultramarine violet, and ultramarine violet, there we go, is also a transparent, as you can see right there. And then the last pigment we're using is going to be, yes, of course, it's the Twinkle, the dual interference from TLP. Dual interference, one way it looks violet and the other way it looks blue. But we're going to put this down last, and we're going to put our cell activator right on the top of this one. Now, the way we get it to work nicely is by just mixing the last, if you're going to use a pigment before your cell activator, just mix it up a little bit thicker than you normally would, and it will hold the weight of the cell activator and give us some great cells. Okay, that's it, my friends. That's enough chitty chat, chitty chat, chitty chat, chat. We're going to get the camera pointing down, and we're going to start making this Jellybean bloom. Okay then, my friends. First thing I should say is this is an 8-inch wooden cradle. And if anybody that's watching for the first time doesn't know what I mean by a cradle, it's just like a regular canvas with a frame, but rather than canvas stretched over the frame, it's a piece of plywood. And here we go, that's the first color I'm putting down. It's the TLP, this little piggy. One of my favorites. This is Golden Peach. Has a lovely, beautiful, light kind of pinky color, but flashes us this fantastic gold peachy color, as you can see. And makes for a fantastic pigment in the background of a bloom, or this Jellybean bloom. So that's the next one I'm putting down. It's the quinacridone violet by Golden. So you can see it's a little bit thick. I hope we'll get away with it. I think we will. But yes, just a nice simple 4-color bloom, and then the cell activator, and it's going to give us this beautiful Jellybean bloom. So here you go, here's the next color I'm putting down. It's the quinacridone violet by Golden. And this one doesn't look to be as thick. So as we can see, my consistencies are just off a little bit, but we managed to get away with it. And here's the last color we're putting down. It's one of my favorite, all-time favorites from TLP. This is the Twinkle, a dual interference, violet one way and blue the other. So we're using it right underneath the cell activator. So it just helps if you're using a pigment under your cell activator, just to mix it up a little thicker than you would normally. And it holds the cell activator nicely up and sinks down through it really well. So here we go up for the blowout of the Jellybean bloom. You can see my paints are just a little hard to blow, just slightly on the thick side. But as we saw from the beginning, we got away with it with the lovely Jellybean bloom. So if anybody doesn't know what we mean, or what I mean when I say Jellybean, it's because of the cells, the multicolored cells we get that look so plump and juicy, just like those there. And it looks like you could just pluck them off the canvas and eat them. While we're looking at these beautiful cells developing here, I'd love to tell you about our new Facebook group, the Acrylic Crazy Train. Please join us aboard there, search us out on Facebook. It's the new best group to be part of, with all the love and care that was part of the old group. So here we go, we've got some fantastic cells happening there. It's looking really good. Just taking the straw in just to blow up the cell activator a little. See if we can get a couple more cells there in the middle. But she is looking great. It really is good, these 4 colour blooms. When you really break the colours down to their essentials, you can get some really fantastic effects. Excuse the back of my head. Just kind of blurring out the petals just a little more, trying to get a bit more interest in case the piece doesn't stretch nicely all over the canvas, or sorry, the cradle. And in we go for some modifications. Now I'm just doing this very lightly, cleaning your little modification tool. I use a toothpick, wiping it off each time so you don't drag unwanted colours through your piece. But I think this is looking quite good as a jellybean bloom, even if I say so myself. But those colours are absolutely cracking, and then with the twinkle, the dual interference used last under the cell activator, it's really giving us some great effects. So the cell activator is the Shelly Art recipe. If you'd like to know what Shelly Art is, please follow the web address on the screen right now. It is an online acrylic pouring course that I highly recommend, and we even have a 15% off discount code, which will be on the screen right now. So just doing the last few little modifications here, making a few more petals, just moving the piece over and going out to the wide view so we can see how long and how fast I spin for. Sorry folks. As you can see, I spin a little bit longer than most people, just to give the paint a good amount of chance to make it to the edge of the cradle and flow down nicely. And wow, there we go. For the first spin and the first close-up, that's looking pretty darn good. Again, it's the simplistic colour schemes that really yield some amazing results. But so do the very complex colour schemes as well. So just checking for movement. And we still have a little bit, so I think we might have to spin it one more time. And there you go, you can see my fingers on the board that's mounted to the top of my spinner, guys. I'm just catching the drips before they make it to the edge of the board and spatter around my kitchen. So here we go for a lovely close-up. Wow. I really couldn't be happier with how this one came out. I'm loving it. So there you go, look at the twinkle. Just haloing in the cells so beautifully there, that's pretty amazing. And just checking for a bit more, and here's a nice close-up, my friends. Wow, look at those jelly beans. And the way the twinkle is just haloing all the cells there in the middle is fabulous. So thank you so much for joining me, my friends. Please like, share and subscribe. If you like what you see here, please visit my Facebook store where this is for sale. And as always, happy pouring.